ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jacquie Becker.
Wow. I was going to thank the organizers before I started out, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. In the military, we are taught to be dignified and respect our fellow man and woman. And I'm going to struggle through this. It's funny because when I actually, Joe has no organizational skills, by the way. I don't know how many texts I sent him saying, Joe, it'd be really appropriate for me to talk tonight because I really don't know people well enough to get in front and talk about Larry because I have 3 years up in a Calouette and they're long nights. That's not a bad thing, by the way. Or better to take that relationship to the next level. But, you know, how can I throw digs at people? But Joe, you're making it very easy. I also, because of that, sent Joe a text, absolutely do not allow me to speak tonight. And so I didn't actually prepare notes. Apparently I didn't have to because you folks are giving me enough ammo. In fact, it was kind of cute because Nicole and Calvin, you know, doing the brotherly, sisterly thing, arguing in the car all the way, so Nadine said, how to roast their father tonight. And they had cue cards that they were so cutely filling out so they could do their speech tonight. So I stole one so I could make notes during the roast tonight. And I was actually hoping to be a couple of people later so I had some really good material on what I was going to throw out back to you folks. It is true that Larry and I spent our money wisely and joined eHarmony, and that is how we found each other. Not quite exactly how Joe kind of explained it, but very, very, very close. Larry had no idea where Angus was. That is very accurate. We did meet in Kingston for lunch, and it was just before Christmas, around this time that we started actually conversing on internet and started exchanging emails. I know where Nicole gets her writing skill from because Larry could write some great emails, and I learned a lot about him. And that was the one great thing about eHarmony is we get rid of all the other stuff. I knew it had to be it because I actually knew where Coyne was when he said where he was from. So I actually, when he said BC, I actually knew what he was talking about. So I got introduced to Brockville, and I have to say it is a great town. I originally got introduced to Brockville because of my scuba diving, but I always enjoyed the area. And then I've had the honor of moving my residence. I think I now can say I've been a resident of Brockville for a month and a half. I actually got my driver's license changed to 30 Broadway before we head up north so I can get changed again. But I have to admit, it was interesting coming to Brockville because I do prefer small town. I spent many years in Trenton on the Air Force Base there, and before going up to CFB Borden. And I have to admit, it's a very friendly town. I couldn't believe the friendships that Larry has. Joe, I'm excluding you now. Because I soon learned that the house is definitely a revolving door, and Jacquie, you better be prepared that whoever comes in the house is probably staying for dinner. But thank God I didn't have to cook it. So and I have to say, honey, you are a very good cook. Even what Ben said.
I love the dirty dishes.
Thank God we have a dishwasher. But I have to say that the friends are truly great, and I decided, well, what can we do for his friends? Because they're going to be so lost when Larry leaves to go north. Randy and Joe, particularly, they're not going to have a clue what to do from Monday to Friday. Because anytime I would try and call Larry so that we could Skype or something like that, Joe and Randy were always at the house. So boys, I am going to leave you a recipe book, Larry's recipe book, so you can finally cook your own meals during the week. And if you have any concern about music in the background, I am going to tape Larry playing the bagpipes before I go.
Oh, that'll upset my stomach.
And so that you can toast them before you go anywhere. We will make sure that Larry records the toast so you can do the toast with him, and I'm sure that's going to come out a little bit later. I am really not going to dish Nicole and Kelvin because it just wouldn't be right. So, yeah, I'm not going to go there. It's interesting the stuff that's come out. You don't have to worry about Marilyn Monroe, honey. I'll keep you warm on the nights. Apparently 3 is a charm, by the way. It is actually absolutely accurate, Ben, about Larry's packing. It's abominable. That's why we haven't packed anything yet, because I'm afraid to start. I don't know that you're challenging, but I can certainly, I know where they're coming from when they discuss your flatulence. And I'm certainly praying that we have 2 bathrooms. Which I'm sure Nadine can vote in for too when she's discussing about Kelvin. Oh, I'm sorry, I was going to dish you that. But I have to say that I am going to miss this community, and I know Larry has been a long-standing part of it, and I have been truly honored. Not too many people can come into the community and meet the group of wonderful people that you folks are. And I have to thank you for the way that you let me into your lives with open arms and allowed me to become part of Larry's life so that we can go on for this journey. And certainly, you know, for being able to meet Ben Camp and his lovely wife, Kathy, to have the privilege of having the... I'm not talking to you, Jim. To certainly have the privilege, Gina, take him home soon after this. Of course, His Honor, Mr. Henderson, Mayor Henderson, and just your friends, Larry. I know you'll miss your friends, but we're gonna have such a great adventure. And down the road, there's always Rockford to come back to and be part of that community again. So.